Hi guys, it's Ray. I am back. This is going to be the first video on my new phone, which I think I finally have everything I need to work from sorted out. So we're going to get started. This is the second cup from the fall, I was going to say fall 2024, from the August 2024 Butterfly Lane Design subscription box that is fall themed. That's what I was going for. So I'm going to use these two vinyls on this one, some of the elements from the element sheet, and the Whatever Spices Your Pumpkin VC decal. I painted my tumbler the London Gray Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum? Yeah. And I'm going to put, I think, the Touch of Rose Diamond Dust in the first coat of epoxy, because I want something. I think this will show up fine over this color because it is printed over the white, and this is a Hog 30-ounce fatty tumbler. So that's where we're at. I'm going to epoxy this first with the Touch of Rose, and we are finally getting into our replacement jar of this. So I have pretty much officially finished up my first ever jar of this. So these stretch a very, very long way. You guys have been watching me use the same jar forever in 3 days. So let's get over to the turner and we will do epoxy. Okay, so I have 30 mLs mixed up. My turner is spinning, and I'm going to get my diamond dust. I'm going to use quite a bit in this one because I really do want quite a bit of sparkle under here. So I'm going to do like 3 scoops now that I'm not like rationing myself since I finally cracked into the new one. I went through basically every glitter I had trying to pick. I had a very hard time picking a background color for these vinyls because I didn't really want more red and orange because there's so much on there already, and green just wasn't going to work because there's only a little bit of green. I didn't have the right yellow. I don't have a cream. So I very much struggled planning this particular tumbler. So hopefully this will come together in the end. I don't usually struggle this hard with color matching, and yeah. So let's just get this coat on. I can't remember if I've used rose over this color before. I use this color a lot, but I use it a lot for men's cups especially. And I know I've put diamond dust over it or some kind of glitter additive, but I don't really know which one I've used in the past. So we'll see how this plays out. So we're going to go back over and prep our vinyl. I did measure the cup. It's about 11 around and 8.5 tall. So I'm going to set this aside real quick. Grab my trimmer. And I'm going to use the full 12-inch width of the vinyl. That's a no-brainer on this one. So I'm just going to cut the top off because this is going to be my top piece. And I'm going 8.5, a little bit more than half of that. So I'm going to do these both at 5 inches. That'll give it a little bit like an inch of overlap. So I'm going to cut this to 5. And I'm going to trim the white off the edges. Didn't quite cut that one all the way. And I'm just going to do the same with this one. I don't want this really black outline, truly defined leaf, so I'm going to go with this end. I want this more abstract kind of vibe. But this was like the only green. There's a little bit of green in here, which is why I didn't go with green from paint. I probably could have done these a little bit bigger, but I think this will work fine. So now I'm going to mark the back of each of these at 6 inches. And I think I want this to be the top, so I'm going to mark the bottom on this one. And of course 6 inches is always in the crack on this one. So I'm going to slide this to 11 and actually mark it on the 5-inch line. And this one, it doesn't really matter what top or bottom is. So, same thing. And then I'm going to cut them into triangles. Oh, I didn't want to use this pen for that. I always forget this pen is very liquidy. It is marking up my mat. Same thing on the other side. And same thing with this one. I'm just lining up the corner and the mark on my cutting edge. So those are my 2 vinyls. They're going to go like so on the tumbler, in case you didn't figure out what we were doing yet. And we're going to go ahead and trim this down while we're at it. And we're also going to go ahead and just cut our anchors now. That way our vinyl is completely prepped and ready to go. So I cut a piece off, put it back on. It gives me a holding point. I didn't cut that one very straight, but it'll be fine. We're also going to cut an anchor on this. Move this out of the way. So it's going to go like this, and then this will be somewhere in the fold. It may overlap a little bit. We'll see. And of course, we're going to use some of this on the bottom. I don't think I want any of the leaves, but I'm definitely going to use some butterflies on here. We may also put some around there, but I think I want to use, and these are UV DTFs, this sheet. I do think I want to use this last little pumpkin. I definitely want this big butterfly for the bottom. So I'm trimming these down. And trying to look at, I may use this on the bottom with that butterfly. Because this is a fatty, there is a lot of real estate at the bottom. And then I think I'm going to put like a pumpkin and the two mid-sized butterflies at the top around the decal. So that is everything prepped. I will be back when the epoxy layer is ready to move on. Okay, so I am ready to move on with this one. Let me shuffle things around a little bit here. And I'm going to pinstripe this in the copper nail tape. Still not sure about my color choice, but it is what it is at this point. It's what we're going with. I think with this one it works, so we're going to apply our bottom vinyl first, leaving a little bit of room. For the striping and the curve. That was not terribly even. I'm just going to trim a little bit of this off. And then we're going to do our top vinyl. Try and get the points close to lined up. And I want these to overlap the opposite direction. So I want this to be the top piece. Personal preference, if you want them going the same direction, have them go the same direction. I always like to line them up opposites when I do these. Slightly off, not too bad. I'm just going to trim that last little piece off. There. Plenty of room for my decal and the little added bits. So I'm going to try and put this basically flat down. And we're going to get this hopefully somewhat straight right in the center. Maybe a little bit up. And that'll look perfect on there, so I am happy. And then we're going to add the rest of our little bits and bobs. So I'm going to put this first butterfly, I think, over here. So the UV DTFs have a bottom backer. And then they have a top carrier as well. There's that one. And these are for the bottom. And the second little butterfly for here. So I'm going to put it off here. I should use my blade because I did just dig that a little bit. Biffed the corner. And the bottom. See a little bubble on the bottom. Kind of try and go a little bit slow because you can peel your decal if you're not careful. And you only get one chance with the UV DTF. They are not repositionable in any way. I do have a little air bubble right here I can see. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that. I think there's one right here. And then we're going to go ahead and do our pinstripes. So we're going to get this back over and get it epoxied, and she'll be done. I absolutely love this one. I may have, no, because I don't like pumpkin spice. I was going to say I may have to keep this one, but I don't like pumpkin spice, so that would be silly. We are off to epoxy. Okay, this is getting no more additive or anything. I think it is good, just the vinyl. The vinyl went on pretty nicely other than those two little bubbles that we caught. So, I think there's one more little one right here, but... And this will get one more exact same clear coat after this one, and then it's done. Oh, let's have a look at it. That's it in its entirety. You guys saw one little bubble on the back side here. There's those little UV DTFs we added to our decal. That's gorgeous vinyl. That blue dot may be from my ink. I'm not sure. Whatever spices your pumpkin. And there's our bottom. So that is it for this one, the second cup in the Butterfly Lane Designs for August 2024 tumblers from the sub box. So that is it, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.